Dark 2. Why can it
Masterpiece
become
in the mind
absolute?
of the post-ATS
Because
and
its appearance
post-90s.
opened at a new era of the ARP game.
There were only 5 professions in Dark Ruins 2,
But when it
which was
came to
released
King
in
of
2000.
Destruction, the game also added Assassin Sanderi Yidi. Two major It also added Fuan and Fuan's Reign, which completely changed
Since
the
then,
equipment
brush
system.
equipment, brush bosses,
Become
and brush
the impression
difficulties
of
have
countless players on Dark
later
games.
many brush games.
Whether it's Titan's Den, Fire Chickens,
Light or Flowing Road can't beat Dark 2.
but many people only remember better brush equipment. But forget that the plot of this work is even more wonderful. The biggest feature of this Dark game plot is that the ending of each
Will be more
generation
dark than the previous generation and stand
In the
out
video
more.
of
Dark 1, we said that the King of Fear ways defeated in the basement of the church.
Diablo was only destroyed by his body, and his soul was sealed in the soul stone. In order to suppress Diablo, Prince Aiden,
The 3 heroes inserted the soul stone into his forehead. He wanted to control the devil with his will.
As a result, this stupid behavior only changed Diablo's body for a better
The
one.
story of Dark 2 started with this background. At the beginning of Thegum, an old man
Already
who had collapsed was locked in a mental hospital. His name is Mary's. At that time, he was stealing a mysterious visitor.
In a cloak about his experience many years ago.
In his memory, the first time he saw the Dark Wanderer was in a bar.
This Dark Wanderer is Thurai Aiden in Dark
In the
1.
last episode, we said that Diablo, the King of Fear,
He sat
was
in the
living
bar
in
and
his
didn't
body.
say a word. But the atmosphere around him was getting worse and
In
worse.
the end, the devil directly broke out and turned the whole bar into a slaughterhouse. Mary's was completely shocked by this scene.
His body was like being led by something.
He followed the Dark Wanderer and went out. At this time, the memory ended
His
and the
task is
protagonist
to catch
appeared.
up with the Dark Wanderer and stop Diablo from reviving. Then the first scene of the game began.
The protagonist Kamato the Loge came first.
This place was originally the place of the Blind Sister
The
Club.
Blind Sister Club was
of
formed by a
female
group.
archers, nuns and female warriors.
They guard the way to the east and guard an ancient monastery.
But now this place has changed because the Pain Queen and Dahlia came.
In the previous video, we said
The
that
3 demons and 4 little demons rule the hell. Diablo, the ultimate boss in Dark 1, is the third of the 3
And
demons.
this
Dahlia is one of the 4 little demons. She occupies the monastery and subjugates the Loge
also blocked
sisters.
the
way to the east,
the purpose of the little demonking is to drag the
so
protagonist.
that the Dark Wanderer can continue to
Why
the
do you
east.
do this? Because Diablo, the Dark Wanderer, hasn't fully recovered
So
his
he's
power
going
yet,
to look for the other 2 demons.
which is the King of Destruction Woe is sealed in the desert, and the King of Hatred, Mephisto, the brother of Curast.
As long as these 3 demons meet again, they will be theirs sooner or later. And Dahlia is going to cooperate with Diablo.
At the beginning of the game, players need to clear the evil cave near the camp.
There is a point worth paying attention to here. It is the place to go to buy bones of a monster called a snowbird. That's right, this
Is
snowbird.
the female archer among the 3 protagonists in Dark
At this
Dark
time,
1. She has been completely
She is holding a
deformed. bow in her hand and wearing a dark red leather armor. Her face is grey and grey.
The whole person is like a ghost coming out of the grave.
After solving the snowbird, the protagonist returned to their small town of Mephisto
But at
in
this
Dark
time,
Dark 1.
their small town is already
There
a
are
hell.
corpses
The
everywhere.
original Iron Beam Herselso,
The young
turned
Vector
into a
of the
monster. broken leg, is gone.
There is only one corpse in a Vector's leg left. The protagonist will severe a man called Cain here. This guy is very importanto the whole plot because his ancestor was the Hladim shaman group that sealed the 3 demons. So this guy knows the secrets of the 3 demons and the soul portal.
Then the protagonist went all the way to the monastery. He went back from the Alzadito, the underground tomb, and solved the first demon boss of the game, the Demon King and Dahlia. With the death of the little Demon
the way
King,
to the east was also completely
the
opened.
game also entered the second part.
At this time, the protagonist came to the desert
There is a
town of
very
Rugalin.
disgusting monster called Rodamenti. He hides in the sewer all die and kills people, and
It can
hides
also
corpses.
turn corpses into
After
monsters.
killing this old coin, the main plot of the second part has just appeared.
It's the second one in the 3 demons. Destroy the demon god bear.
At that time, the Hladim shaman group made a big bug when sealing Bear.
He accidentally broke the soul stone of bear. So without the soul stone, there is no way to seal the old light completely. Finally, the strongest shaman in the Hladim Thalasha opened his brain. Since the stone can do it, I'll seal it myself. So Thalasha put the shards of the soul stone into his body.
And then let the other shaman lock it in the depths of the tomb. For hundreds of years, this man used his body to endure the destruction
The
of the
demon
king.
god to follow Kamato the desert of the east to find Thalasha's tomb and let the demon god bear out. But Thalasha's tomb isn't that easy to enter, because the Hladim shaman at that time locked bear and blocked the burial stone of Thalasha. If you want to open it, you have to assemble a Hladim barrier.
So at this time, you have to collect 3 things, which is the Hladim block,
The King's Barrier and the Snake's Talisman. The protagonists have worked hard to finally find
these 3 things and put together the Hladim barrier. But at this time, I still couldn't get into the tomb because there are several fake tombs in the desert. No one knows where the real tomb is. So the protagonists have to go to a place called the Mysterious Shelter. It's also here that the protagonist met the shaman in the dark. At this moment, this brother has been subverted into a summoner.
Their old tomb was opened. When the protagonist went in, Diablo had come a long time ago. The great angel Tyrell in heaven also came with a message.
He fought with Diablo.
When the 2 sides did the impossible, a footstick appeared.
This person is Mary's at the beginning.
In the chaos, Mary's pulled Basal stone of the body of Taraxia.
This completely freed Bar from the demon god.
When the protagonists arrived at Diablo and Bar, the 2 great demons left. Only the King of Pain, Duriel, is in the tomb.
Duriel is also one of the 4 little demons.
The protagonists must kill
and
him
help the great angel Tyrell get rid of the trouble. Then Tyrell told their protagonist that Diablo and Bar
had gone to find the King of Hatred, Mephisto.
The plot of the game also into the 3rd part at random.
The protagonist came to a place called Coolaster.
This place was originally the core area of Sakalam Church, but now this church has long been ruined because the King of Hatred, Mephisto, was sealed
What he
here.
is best at is steal people's hearts under his pollution. Master of the high floors of the church, and most of them have become his servants.
So players must solve Mephisto to make this place completely stop. There is also a key character here called Krim. She is in the high floors of the church. There are few people who haven't been subdued so those by the who devil have been subdued floors in the of the church conspired to kill him. They also divided his body into several pieces and hid them in different places.
The protagonist must first find his eyes, brain, heart,
then use the
and other
Helidin cube
organs
to combine a weapon called Krim.
Why bother to find such a thing?
Because the will of the awakened Pope is to smash the core control of the church. That is to smash the control ball.
Only by smashing it can the protagonist enter the
prison of hatred to find devil god. Then the protagonist destroy the old church
and smash the core control
they
of the church.
They successfully entered the prison
At
of
the deepest
hatred.
point, the protagonist finally met the devil
at this
god,
time,
Mephisto.
The 3 devil gods,
Mephisto and Mephisto, had already gathered together.
Eden's body could not. He knelt on the ground and his back was
his
not
bones
torn.
were broken.
The former Prince Eden had completely disappeared.
The evil King Diabolos finally regained his true form of the devil. When the protagonist arrived, Diabolos had already passed through the gate to hell.
What he can do now is to kill the devil god, Mephisto, and take away his soul stone to find Diabolos.
At this time, he came to the 4th part of the protagonist came to a place called the place of the group of devils. The great angel Tyrell has been waiting for the protagonist to come here.
Because the protagonist is now in his hands, still holding Mephisto's soul. As long as this stone is still there, the devil god may respawn
so Tyrell
at any
wants
time.
The protagonist to bring the soul stone of the devil god to the prison and destroy it with the power of the prison of hell. Here, the protagonist will meet a falling angel. His name is Israel. He was originally the angel of heaven, but he was also
Later,
Tyrell's assistant
he failed
officer.
to attack the hell.
He was caught by the devil, tortured, and
finally
subdued.
He became a monster. After killing the falling angel, Hell learned a terrible truth from him.
According to Israel's own statement, it was he who told the 3 devil gods
the secrets and subdues of this soul stone.
These 3 devil gods to let them flow into the human
After knowing
world. This conspiracy, their protagonist successfully destroyed the soul stone of
then
the
the
devil
protagonist
god.
Continuetto go into the prison of hell.
This place is Diablo's territory. The protagonist first opened 5 seals and killed the guardian
When all the seals
inside.
were opened, the devil god Diabolos finally
At this
appeared.
time, his power was almost restored.
It is not on the same level as the form of the little prince in Dark 1.
The protagonist also made a lot of effort to defeat him.
And the main story of Dark to ends here. Then came the story of the destruction of the devil god. As we said above, the soul stone of the devil god
has been destroyed. Don't forget that the second devil god, Baal, is still alive. Whose soul stone is this Baal's soul stone?
It's in the hand of Mary's, the one who started it, after Mary's pulled the soul stone from Terra's body.
Tyrell made him destroy the stone in the prison of hell.
But at the critical moment, Ma was still scared. He didn't follow the protagonist into hell, but hid in a mental hospital. The whole person was tortured by fear.
At this time, a person with a cloak came to see him. This is the mysterious person in the memory of the beginning of the game.
Mary thought it was the angel Tyrell to save him. As a result, he left.
This person is the devil god Baal.
He killed Mary's without hesitation and burned the entire mental hospital.
Then the devil god Baal led the devil army to kill the village of the barbarians. Mount
Why does
Jared
Baal
have a fight in such a place?
Because there is a key thing in the mountain, which is the world stone. This is also the reason why the barbarians have been here for generations. If you don't know much about the world stone,
you can watch the video I talked about before, and Bard wants to pollute the world stone.
And then spread the power of destruction through the world stone to the entire place of shelter, and even pollute all humans affected by the world stone. Baal led the devil army and killed the barbarians at the door of the house.
The protagonist will also come here to help the barbarians.
In this place, the player first wants to kill the devil's army to help the barbarians relieve the pressure. Then the protagonist wants to go to the ice
cave to save the trapped barbarian soldiers.
Here, the protagonist also found a woman Aunt Enya who was frozen in the ice prison.
You can understand Enya's one of the young leaders
and spiritual pillars in the barbarian tribe.
She was framed by tribe's elder, Nirasak.
Nirasak felt that Haragas couldn't hold it at all. So he made a deal with the devil Godball to hand over the ancient sacred thing.
In exchange for Baal Tob able to let this city go.
This sacred thing is to open Duel's stone, which is the key to Yozai. Then the protagonist saved Enya and told the protagonist the hiding place of Nirasak. After that, Nisalik was killed, but it was too late. Baal took the sacred thing and entered Mount Jared. Then the protagonist there to continue chasing and chased all the way to the top of Mount Jared.
The protagonist will encounter 3 ancient barbarians here.
These 3 people are called Tariq, Maduk, and Crick. They are the ancient gods left to be the ancestors of the barbarians.
Responsible for guarding the last gate of Yozai when passing through the world. If you want to go in, you have to accept their test. After defeating these 3 ancient gods, the protagonist finally entered the world's stone Yozai.
Finally, the protagonist Yamato, the
this is the place
throne,
where the devil god Baal stayed for a short time.
Rush to do anything in the destruction throne. He called out 5 Orvesto, dragged the protagonist. After the protagonist finally killed all these monsters, this old thing turned around and sneaked into the world's stone hall behind.
The protagonist chased all the way
real
in.
Final battle, ice and the official at this moment.
In the end, the protagonist defeated the last devil god Baal.
The 3 demands in hell have been solved.
In theory, it should be the ending of the Great Front.
But Dark Black never likes Taurite this kind of reunion ending.
But this time, the great angel Tariq
he tells the protagonist that Baal is dead, but the world's stone has been polluted.
And it's too polluted and there's no way to purify it. What should we do? We can only destroy it.
So Tariq pulled out his holy sword and directly destroyed the world's stone. But after the world's stone was destroyed by Tariq,
the restrictions imposed on humans have also begun to loosen. The pure power of the human body might wake up again. The ending is here, but the problem left behind is bigger than the answer.
The world's stone is gone.
The sheltered place has lost its original protection. The influence of heaven and hell on Theoman world may become more
The power
direct.
of the human body may also be reawakened. So what will happen next? The answer can only be found in Dark Black 3.